300,000 hectares of land down in Paraguay, located behind the Andes Mountains. By 2000, they had acquired 1.48 million acres of land down in Paraguay and ended up giving some of it back to the government of Paraguay. So you got these guys running to the hills. Let's see here. Okay. I'm going to play this for anybody who hasn't seen it, but the day before 9/11, the day before 9/11, the Pentagon lost $2.3 trillion. Donald Rumsfeld goes before everybody and says, we lost $2.3 trillion. What are we going to do? Well, right here is him telling you.
Pentagon, the day before 9/11, Secretary of Defense Donald Rumsfeld declared war, not on foreign terrorists.
The adversary is closer to home. It's the Pentagon bureaucracy.
He said money wasted by the military poses a serious threat.
In fact, it should be said that it's a matter of life and death.
Rumsfeld promised change, but the next day, the world changed. And in the rush to fund the war on terrorism, the war on waste seems to have been forgotten.
My 03 budget calls for more than $48 billion in new defense spending.
More money for the Pentagon when its own auditors admit the military cannot account for 25% of what it already spends.
According to some estimates, we cannot track $2.3 trillion in transactions.
2.3 trillion with a T. That's $8,000 for every man, woman, and child in America.
I'm not going to get into the rest of that. You can watch the whole video later. But anyway, they lost 2.3 trillion, which some experts actually believe it's closer to 4.9 trillion that they've lost. They just up and vanished. So you got Donald Rumsfeld admit that they misplaced that much money the day before 9/11. That's no accident that they decided to announce it the day before 9/11. Why would they announce that though? Why didn't they just keep it to themselves? That's something you all have to figure out on your own. They announced it for some reason, obviously. Let's see here. Pretty much everybody knows, that 9/11 wasn't exactly what we were told. That's a whole different conspiracy in itself. Right here is the Open Civil Engineers Journal, peer-reviewed accepted paper that showed that there were high nano explosives put in the World Trade Centers. Basically, I personally, this is my own personal belief, I believe that this was just a diversion. 9/11 was a diversion to keep us all busy. Let's see here. It also justifies the invasion of Afghanistan to build a gigantic pipeline. Right here is the... Now what's interesting about this, now check this out, this is from the congressional records. 3 years, 8 months before the invasion of Afghanistan, you've got the only other possible route is across Afghanistan, which has, of course, its own unique challenges. The country has been involved in a bitter warfare for almost 2 decades and is still divided by civil war. From the outset, we have made it clear, and the construction of the pipeline we have proposed across Afghanistan could not begin until a recognized government is in place and has the confidence of governance lenders in our company. So basically, 3 years before 9/11, they already have a proposed plan for a pipeline across Afghanistan. So, you got that. Where was it? Okay, then the anthrax, which kind of got buried. That's FBI had previously prevented the scientists involved from speaking publicly. This is right out of the New Scientist. These show that the FBI traced the spores used in the attacks to a single flash to a U.S. government lab, but they don't explain why they made Ivins, who worked at the base, the prime suspect. So the spores were traced back to a U.S. lab.
Didn't he commit suicide?
He did. Let's see here. Okay, then we invade Afghanistan.
Suicided himself.
Yeah, he suicided.
Okay, so October 1st, 2002.